All right, so you're ready to dive into Chicago real estate.
Sounds exciting.
It is. And you really want to understand Michael Linton.
Yeah, he's really made a name for himself, especially in Chicago.
He has,
Like,
and you handed me like a mountain of info about him. Articles, excerpts from his book, even like a peek at his website.
yeah, there's a lot out there about him.
There is. So we're going to break it all down,
Excellent.
especially his covered land play.
Yeah, that's kind of his claim to fame, right?
Yeah, it really is. And what I love is we're going beyond just like the surface level stuff.
Definitely, you've got all these different angles on who he is, how he thinks.
Exactly. And when you see how he invests, it's like, okay, this guy's not messing around.
Not at all.
He's been in the Chicago market since the 80s. It's like, it is. Almost 40 years. He hasn't just seen the trends come and go. He's like surfed them.
And that matters so much, especially in a city like Chicago.
Oh, absolutely. Neighborhoods can change so fast.
Overnight, practically. I mean, think about Chicago back in the 80s.
Different world.
Total different world. So Linton's seen it all. Boom times, those rough patches we don't like to talk about.
He's seen how like the whole city shifts with the economy policy, changes, even who's living where.
He doesn't just talk about cycles, he's lived them
And adapted.
and come out on top.
That's what gets me excited digging into someone like Linton.
Yeah, what's the story behind the strategy? Right.
Exactly. It's
Oh.
not just theory, it's experience.
Yeah.
And one thing that jumps out from all this material you gave me is relationships.
Interesting.
He's not just about like crunching numbers and closing deals.
Which is what you might expect from a real estate guy.
Right. But he's all about understanding the people.
The heartbeat of a neighborhood.
Yeah, like really getting into the DNA of Chicago real estate.
See, that's the difference between a broker just doing transactions
Right.
and someone who's a trusted advisor,
Because Linton, he's crafting long-term strategies.
not just chasing the quick buck.
Okay, so that leads us to his specialty, what he's known for.
The covered land play.
So what is a covered land play in a nutshell?
You find a property in Chicago, maybe a little rough around the edges, but it's got potential.
Okay, so like a diamond in the rough.
Exactly. And here's the key. It's already making money.
So it's not just sitting there costing you.
Right. It could have tenants, maybe
still-
a small business running out of it, but Linton, he sees beyond that.
He's got the long view.
He's thinking about zoning changes, new developments, all those little hints that this hidden gem is about to explode in value.
So he's buying time and future potential while collecting income today.
Exactly.
It's like he can see the future of the neighborhood.
And he's bringing in cash while he waits for that future to arrive.
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
But covered land play isn't his only move, right? I mean, the BRRR method came up too.
Right. BRRR. It's like the fixer-upper strategy on steroids.
Like a real estate twist.
Exactly. You buy a property that needs a little TLC, fix it up, boost that value, find some good tenants, then refinance to pull out some of the equity you've built.
And then what?
You take that money and do it all over again.
So you're building a whole portfolio.
Of cash-flowing properties.
See, this is what I love about Linton. He's not just trying to get you that one big win. He's thinking the long game.
Sustainable wealth creation, not get-rich-quick schemes.
And this is where his Chicago experience is key, right? He's not just giving generic advice.
Yeah.
This is how to make BRRR work in a city like Chicago with its unique neighborhoods,
Yeah.
its rental market.
He's giving you the insider tips.
Exactly. And what's interesting is he talks about other strategies too, even ones that get a bad rap like flipping.
Yeah, flipping, sometimes it feels like a dirty word.
Right.
But Linton makes an important distinction. He's not talking about slapping on some paint and hoping for the best.
What, he's not cutting corners?
No, it's about being strategic, ethical, even when you flip.
It has to align with your goals.
Exactly.
So it's like having a whole toolbox. You got your covered land play with a long haul, your BRRRR for steady income, and even a well-timed flip to free up some cash.
He's saying, learn to use the right tool for the right job.
And for Linton, knowledge is power. Knowing the Chicago market is key
He says that over and over again.
because you need to spot the opportunities.
That's what he calls deal flow.
Deal flow. What does that even mean?
It's not just about stumbling across a good deal.
There's got to be more to it.
It's about actively creating opportunities, building relationships with other investors, contractors, even people in the community.
So it's about who you know.
But it's more than that. It's about being part of the community, adding value.
It's like that saying, your network is your net worth.
Exactly.
But how do you actually build that kind of network, especially in a place like Chicago where it's so competitive?
Linton talks about going to industry events, sure, but also getting involved in your community, volunteering, talking to people in the neighborhoods where you want to invest.
So it's about being present, being engaged,
Showing genuine interest,
I like that.
not just trying to make a quick buck off these neighborhoods.
And that reminds me of that story you shared about Linton and the penny.
Ah, yes, the penny analogy.
At first I thought, oh, this is just about how money grows over time. The power of compounding.
Right, it's a classic for a reason.
But it's deeper than that. It's about a mindset shift.
Exactly.
Tell me the story again. Remind me how it goes.
So the story goes, Linton's father, who was a CPA, gave him a choice. Take $500 every day for 30 days, or take a single penny that doubles in value every day for those same 30 days.
Okay, so $500 a day, guaranteed, or a penny that magically doubles.
What would you choose?
I think I'd go for the $500 a day. That's instant gratification.
Right. It seems like a no-brainer, but of course there's a catch.
What happens to the penny?
That single penny, after 30 days of doubling it, turns into over $5 million.
Wait, are you serious?
That's the power of compounding. It's exponential growth.
That just blew my mind.
Right. It's not just about the money. It's about the way we think about growth, about patience.
It's like planting a seed and letting it grow.
Exactly. Slow and steady wins the race.
And that's what Linton is all about in his book, Chicago Deal Flow.
It's about playing the long game, making smart choices that pay off over time.
Not just chasing the next big score.
Exactly.
$5 million from a single penny.
It's wild, isn't it?
That story really makes you think differently about every little investment.
It's not just about the money, though, right?
Right.
That penny story, it tells you something about Linton himself.
How so?
He's not some flashy guy bragging about quick wins.
He's in it for the long haul.
Exactly. Steady strategic growth. That's how he's navigated the Chicago market for almost 40 years.
Okay, so let's say I'm inspired. I'm ready to channel my inner Michael Linton.
Love it.
I've got my metaphorical penny ready to double was my first move.
Well, Linton talks a lot about finding your niche.
What does that mean in real estate?
It means becoming an expert in a specific part of the market.
So not just Chicago in general, but like a certain type of property or neighborhood.
Exactly. Linton didn't become a big shot by being a jack of all trades. He knows his stuff inside and out.
Makes sense you wouldn't hire just any doctor to perform heart surgery. You want a specialist.
Precisely. And real estate's the same way.
So instead of trying to do it all, I should focus on like multifamily homes in Hyde Park or retail spaces in Wicker Park.
Or maybe those up-and-coming lofts in Pilsen, whatever gets you excited.
It's about becoming a student of that market.
Right. Walk the streets, talk to the local business owners, get a feel for the neighborhood.
That's something anyone can do, even with a small budget.
Exactly. And it's what Linton does. He's not just stuck in some office analyzing spreadsheets. He's out there experiencing the city for himself.
That's how he spots those opportunities.
It's like he can feel the city breathing.
Which brings us back to his book, Chicago Deal Flow.
It's not just a how-to guide, it's a whole philosophy.
He's teaching you how to think like a Chicago real estate investor.
He wants you to see the potential in every brick and mortar.
And to understand the city's rhythm, its history, its unique character.
Because that's how you spot those deals, those hidden gems that everyone else missed.
He's basically giving you the keys to the city.
And the best part is he's not keeping it a secret.
He wants other people to succeed.
He's sharing his knowledge, his experience to empower others to achieve their real estate dreams.
So what have we learned today about Michael Linton?
This guy's not just selling properties, he's selling a vision.
A vision of Chicago as a land of opportunity.
Where strategic thinking, a long-term mindset, and a genuine love for the city can lead to lasting success.
I love that. And if you're ready to take that next step,
pick up a copy of Chicago Deal Flow.
You might just find your own covered land play right here in the Windy City.
Happy investing, everyone.
See you next time.